Well, hello, my name is Sheila Vaughn, and I am the Director of Admission here at Cape Cod Community College. I'm here today to discuss with you the nursing for fall 2021 and some of the requirements that we will be having as we go forward. As many of you are interested in our nursing program, I think it was best to talk to you regarding the new requirements as for fall 2021. We will be having some new requirements here at Cape Cod Community College. And so I wanted to go over some of those requirements and talk to you about the program and have you get a feel for what the program would be like. We will be having more information sessions that will be with our director in the coming weeks and months, but I just wanted to give you some information regarding the admissions requirements as you're looking at courses for the fall to be sure that you are taking the right requirements for this program. So I'll get started here by sharing my screen with you and letting it start by saying that we're super excited that you decided that you would like to come to Cape Cod Community College for our nursing program. Our nursing program is a 2-year program. Audrey Kilcoyne, who is our interim director here for our nursing program. And again, I am Sheila Vaughn and I'm the director of admission. Me and Audrey will be working with the students regarding how to go about the process of being admitted to our program for fall 2021. So that being said, we'll go forward and talk to you a little bit about what the requirements are and what our school is about. So we are a regionally accredited school with the New England Commission of Higher Education. We are a nonprofit public institution with about 3,000 students with an average class size of about 15 students. And we do average more women than men, about 63 to 37%, but the average age is about 27. I do have to say for our nursing program, the average age is not the average 18-year-old, as students do need to take prerequisite courses. So we do see a student that might be above average of that high school student because of the prerequisite courses. So, why nursing? I'm sure many of you might even be in the field already, or might be medical assistants or diagnostic techs. And so, why nursing? Well, we all know that nursing is a great field to be in, provides direct patient care for numerous health facilities. If you have a 2-year degree here at 4Cs, you are a registered nurse, and then you could also go on and get a bachelor's degree in nursing as well. Job placement rate is at 92%. And really, it's for a great opportunity for you to jump back in the field or jump in the field and get ready to take those clinicals and understand patient care. And so it is a wonderful field for students to be in and down here on the Cape. So if you complete 2 years at a community college, it's wonderful because you can actually complete your bachelor's degree in just 2 more years. So it is wonderful, and we have many different degree completion agreements with different schools in the area and outside the area and online. So we are a full-time program here at 4Cs, which means that you would have to be here full-time for the 2 years. You wouldn't be able to transfer in any nursing courses if you have taken them before. But once you're done with us, you would be able to do more online or be in person. We also have joint admission with UMass Boston, which is down here on the Cape, which is really wonderful. So students can actually get that joint admission at the time of being admitted to our nursing program. And if you wanted to look more, you click under Cape Cod /transfer/articulations and look more at those different degree programs. Our tuition here at 4Cs is a wonderful, affordable option for students. It is about $223 per credit, but I do have to say the nursing program does have additional per credit fees, as you do need additional resources, and you also need to have scrubs, and you need to have instruments, so that can be a little bit more expensive for those supplies. Also, if you have health insurance, you can waive that. That would be better. So the application for the FAFSA, which is the federal free financial aid form, actually opens up on October 1st, which will be coming up in just a few weeks, it seems like, with a priority deadline of May 1st. So what that means, if you have decided that you want to come to Cape Cod Community College, you can fill out the FAFSA and add Cape Cod Community College as one of your schools that you are applying to see what you would get for financial aid. We always say to apply early because it always, with students to be able to get grants or additional funds, it is best to apply early. So additional costs, like I said, are books, supplies, uniforms, and then the last semester you would also have your NCLEX exam. So there are some additional costs for the program, so I do like students to know that up front. So let's get started. So for our day program, there are 72 spaces, which means that we do open up for the fall 2021. We will have 72 spaces that will be coming. For the LPN to RN program, we have about 11 spaces for that program. And you do need to have your RN license, your LPN license when you do come for the program. Now, there are different requirements for both of these programs. I'll go through the different ones for each of them. For our evening program, there is about 40 spots, and in 2020 is when we actually had our program, so we will not be having openings until fall 2022. I will go over some of the options for that, but again, for fall 2021, we will be only opening up the day option and the LPN to RN option. The application process actually starts on October 1st, and so we ask students to look at the application for the day and evening. Like I said, evening is not open. It's every other year, but also that the LPN to RN, because we're very strict with our deadlines. It will open up on October 1st, and it will close on February 1st at 5 o'clock. You must have all of your application documents in to our office by February 1st with all of the prerequisite courses done, including the TEAS test. So what are the requirements for the nursing program? Well, there's a nursing application, which on October 1st, we will open up on our website. We'll have a written essay with the nursing application instructions. You'll see what the rubric is for that. And also we'll need official transcripts from your high school or your high school equivalency. And those would need to be official. Now, you might say, I graduated a long time ago. Well, we will still need them for accreditation purposes. We do need your official high school transcripts. We will also need all of your official university and high school transcripts, which means that if you've gone to different colleges or universities, we will need those official transcripts sent to us in an official envelope or by parchment. So really, it's very easy to do. You just ask the school for them to send us an official transcript. It will go with your application. And so it is really important for students to apply to be able to send those transcripts in. Please don't send transcripts unless you've already applied to the school, as we will not have anywhere to put those two together. So it really is important to apply and then send those transcripts. If you have foreign coursework, we always ask for that to get evaluated by a credential evaluation company. And we will also need official TEAS scores. The TEAS scores, we do offer the TEAS usually for the fall semester, different times. Right now, we are not doing TEAS testing until the semester starts, hopefully, and it is remote at this time due to the pandemic. So we do ask the students have a 58.7, which is a proficient score. And also incomplete applications, which we do get many of them, will not be reviewed. So it is really important to get all that application paperwork in as quickly as you possibly can. Now, I'll start with the day option. Again, February 1st is our deadline. The prerequisite courses for the day program and the evening program, but I'll talk about the day just because the evening program right now is not going to be open for fall 2021. It will be one of 4 courses which you can take and have a C+ or higher. So you can take the chemistry for the health sciences with a lab, general chemistry with a lab. You can take survey of biology or general chemistry with a lab. One of those 4 courses, whichever one you've done best in, is the class that you would want to do, which means that if you got a B in survey of bio but got an A in general chemistry, we would want to take the general chemistry because it's a higher grade. We will take one of those 4 courses up until this year's requirements. We also would like to see A and P1 with a C+ or higher. You can take that as many times as necessary. We'll take the highest grade at this time. We also need English Composition 1 with a C- or higher, English Composition 2 or Human Communication with a C- or higher. Again, whichever one is higher, we will take. And we also need the General Psychology with a C- or higher. There are no other course restrictions or expirations for the fall of 2021. So if you have taken that course more than 5 years ago, that is okay for fall 2021. We will also need you to have a T-score with at least a 58.7 or higher, which means that if you got a 56, we cannot take that. You would need to retest. So students can retest twice in a year. So it is really important for students to know that. And again, for evening, it'll be fall 2022, and the application will open in October of 2021. Now, the LPN to RN option is a very different option for students. Students in the LPN to RN option actually will be admitted sometime in March or April, and then they will need to take some ATI testing to be able to get into the program. And once they pass those 2 ATI tests, they would then go in the summer before the fall semester and take a Nursing 132, which is an LPN in Transitions course, which means that over the summer you would take this course and you would get accepted to the program beforehand. And as long as you pass this course, you would then be able to start what's considered to be your sophomore year, which is your second year into the nursing program. So you would actually start in the 201 section after this. It is very important for students to know that this is a full-time program and it is during the day. So it is important for students to know that. So again, so the minimum requirements for the LPN to RN is a little bit different in the fact that you will need one of the 4 sciences, again, A&P 1 and A&P 2, also English 1, English 2, or human communication, psychology, and also developmental psychology. So those are kind of a little bit more than you would need before. So just to let you know that you would need developmental psychology and A&P 2 to be able to be admitted to the program. Now, the general education courses need to be a C- or higher, but the actual science courses do need to be a C+ or higher to be able to be admitted. And the applicants need to have an unencumbered LPN license sent to us, and we also need your LPN transcript. So kind of extra things that you would need. Now, if you have an incomplete application, it is going to be sad for us. So I'm going to go through a couple of other things to talk to you regarding this. So incomplete applications. Hurts my heart when this happens, but students might not have sent us in all of their transcripts, so we didn't get their TEAS testing. And so the student then doesn't be able to move forward to be able to be ready for the program. So it is really important for students to send in everything possible and apply as early as possible to not have those missing items. Now, for this program now, the day option, it is very different than it was before. So we have a rubric here of what the day option will look like. So on the right-hand side, you'll see the criteria and the possible points and the total possible points. So these are the different areas that we're going to look at when we look at your application. So the first thing is the TEAS, which means that you have to at least have a 58.7 to move forward. We do not have any points awarded for that, but you do need to have that as part of the admission requirements. And then we go to your science courses. So if you have these courses, which is the biology or chemistry, A&P 1, A&P 2, or microbiology, you'll get actual points for that. So again, the highest grade is better. So if you have an A, a B, or a C, that's going to be graded on a certain point system. So the higher the grade, the better, because you'll get more points. Again, the general education courses, same thing. The higher the grade, the better possible points. We'll also be having an essay with a total possible points of 3. And so I will give you the rubric on that as well. We also look at other credentials coming up for fall 2021, which includes your academic degree. Maybe you have an associate's or a bachelor's already. You'll get a point for that. Maybe you have an allied health certification. Maybe you have military credentials. You could get a possible point for each of those things. So it is nice for students to be able to have that. Now, it is important for students to know that, you know, if you have a C+ and you think, okay, I'm going to get in, it is all based on the applicant pool that we do have for that year. So if a student, you know, thinks that, okay, I have the credentials, it really is based on the actual applicant pool as they come in for our office. So for the essay, this is the rubric that we will be looking at to be able to give you those points. So the question is going to be to explain the academic challenges, successes, and obstacles in your life that have impacted your ability to achieve goals. And so we want you to address certain examples of that, including intellectual curiosity, maturity, leadership, integrity. And so, we're going to be looking at certain things, and then we're going to grade that as the point system. So that'll be part of the application. So you'll send that essay in with your application paperwork. Now, the LPN to RN option has the same sort of rubric that we would have in the day option, except for the fact that we are asking for a couple additional courses, which would be that AMP2 and that developmental psychology. So we are still doing the rubric, but it is based on a certain point system. So the more points you have, the better it will be for you in the long run. Students are able to try to CLEP out of courses or to do the advanced placement for some courses. At this time, we are not CLEPing at 4Cs as we are not on the ground right now. But you can keep checking back to see if that would be something that you would be able to do in the future. Now, this is the rubric again for the LPN to RN option with the essay options for you. Again, it's very important for students to take their time on this and to give us, a nice inkling of who they are. So, successful applicants are notified in early April. LPN to RN we try to do in March because they are expected to be able to take those ATI tests in May. So it is really important for students to accept or decline by May 1st so that we can go to our wait list. It is really important for students to know that if we have a tiebreaker for the selection, it'll be based on the higher GPA in those prerequisite courses. We do not look at your overall GPA. It is just based off of the courses meant for the program. So it is really important for students to say, well, I have an overall GPA of a 3.8, but my science and my courses are only a 3.2. Well, that's what we're going to be taking. So it is really important for students to understand that. So once you are accepted, yay, woohoo, accepted, you do need to send in a non-refundable $250 deposit by May 1st. And then you also need to send in your Cori-Sori forms by July 15th. And you also will have to be able to get your immunizations in, and that's very important for that. And so the specific people that these go to, and that will be on the acceptance packet. Also, like I said, the LPN in Transitions course, students need to successfully complete that to be able to move into the fall 2021 sophomore year. If you failure to comply with this, we would withdraw your application. So that also means if you were to get a negative Cori-Sori, we would not be able to move forward with your application, as you would not be able to get into clinical spaces. So it is important for students to know this. These are the different medical requirements that we do have for your immunizations. You will need a physical exam as well. So again, failure to do that, we would have to remove you from the program. If you are looking for immunizations information, you can talk to Shelly Thompson in the registration office. If you've come to Cape Cod Community College before, there's a good chance that we could have many of your immunizations already on record. So definitely reach out to us. We will also be asking for a drug screening, a health insurance. Students do need to have health insurance, a release statement, CPR certification. You need to maintain a 77 or better in the nursing courses. And we do have a technical standards that's found in our handbook for students. So we do look over the technical standards just so students do know. I'm sure many of you that are already in the field understand that there are a lot of technical standards when it comes to being a nurse. Communication, auditory ability, visual ability, physical strengths, and gross motor control, manual dexterity, and of course, behavior, mental performance. It is important for students to know that it is very taxing to be a nurse. And so we need to make sure that students can understand that how they can be calm under a stressful situation. So next would be that wonderful wait list. So maybe we have gotten the limited space and we have come to the point where we have a full class. That means that we would go to a wait list. And so students would be on a competitive basis and they would be listed. The wait list is maintained until the first day of classes in the fall semester, and then it is dissolved, which means that if you said that you were on the wait list the year before, it doesn't matter. It starts all over again. So I do let students know that, as we will not be able to reapply until the next available semester, which would be for the fall 2022, as we are a yearly program. So the number of students, really is based on the year, and then the number of spaces that we do have available. We will usually call you and give you 24 hours to make the decision if you would like to be in the program or not, and then move to the next name on the list. Now, if you are denied from the program, we will say for the reasons why. Maybe you don't have all the prerequisite courses and you need to take some of those prerequisite courses. Maybe you don't have the T's and you need to take the T's. Maybe you should retake some courses. Maybe you need to get a stronger application. Maybe you got a C and you need to maybe try to get an A. That's something that students really need to look at and try to strengthen your GPA and take those additional courses. You could also, you're encouraged as much as possible to try to enroll and get the strongest application possible for that next year. Now, again, this is a full-time program, so once accepted, you must take a full course load of nursing courses. It is sequential, and it is designed for a full course load. So if you are trying to work full-time, it would be very difficult to do that. We usually say to do about 24 hours of work while you're taking this program. The semester is built off the previous semester, which means that you cannot start and stop. You need to go full-time, which means that fundamentals is 107, so 4 hours of class time, and then 12 hours of laboratory time. And then nursing 108 would be 4 hours of class time and 12 hours of laboratory hours. Now that starts clinical rotations, and then you have quite a lot of hours doing other things as well. So this is a basic semester that we do talk about. Students would need to have English 1 and psychology done. Human anatomy and physiology 2 is dependent on your program. But we do like to have students try to have that done if possible for the day program. The Fundamentals of Nursing program is the first class in the program. That's when you're getting those health assessments, interpersonal and psychomotor, nursing skills. So you're going to be doing some classroom laboratory work. This semester we are doing some hybrid work along with, being in the classroom and remote. So it is important for students to know that. Again, English 2 and the developmental psychology, important to have those done if you can, especially for you will need to have those done for the LPN to RN. You go into the nursing across the lifespan, and that is where you would get some nursing care. Preoperative patients is included. So really you're getting that childbearing, children from infancy to adolescence. So you're taking 4 hours of class time and then 12 hours of laboratory time. So students really do need to understand that that's something that they need to know, that it is going to be a heavy course load. It is about 10 credits. So then we have microbiology, which we try to have you take either in the summer or as part of the program. Then we also have the pharmacology course along with the physical and mental health 1. Now this is one of the toughest courses that we do have, and this is what we say the make or break for a student. So it is really important for students to understand that this is a acute care setting, so you're going to be going into those programs and being able to get around the different areas of the Cape and outside the Cape. So when you do your clinical rotations, I do let you know that you may not be next to your house, and we really don't like you to be where you actually work, because then you'll just be working. So we actually look at where you live and try to work around you. So we try not to put you too far away, but we do go as far as up to Plymouth and all the way down, but we have Cape Cod, and we do work with students from Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket too. So that is important for students to know. And then we have the physical and mental health 2, and then foundations of the profession. So again, that is your last semester. And so we do understand that students, it is a tough program. So you do need to have a 77 or better to stay in the program. If you do not get that, then you have one chance to come back into the program. If you were to not pass Nursing 107, you need to go back into the applicant pool for that next year. Anything over that 108 to a 10202, you would go into the readmission process. So it is really important for students to know that you can't just get right back in. It is dependent on when that comes back. And then once you actually finish all your coursework, you would get ready to take what's called the NCLEX exam. The NCLEX is the exam to get your licensure. So students will be able to do that licensure. Usually that is in June, and then you would have your license by July and you'd start working. Yay! So we hope that this can answer some of your questions for you. And feel free to reach out to me. My number is 774-330-4466, and it's svaughn@capecod.edu. But also, please feel free to reach out to Audrey. But I am the admissions person, so feel free to just reach out to me anytime. And I hope this was helpful to you. Have a great day.